Hello, me again! And I promise you, I am not going to do, like, what did I do for the last book release? I think I did, like, 8 videos. I am not going to do that this time. I'm just going to do one quick video, well, 2 quick videos, the one about the book and this one about the new characters and new settings you're going to meet and be in the Uncanny Raven Winston, because I had, fun with this. So, in the Uncanny Raven Winston, you will meet all the characters that you saw before in book 1, The Undead Mr. Tenpenny, including Gwendolyn at the patisserie. You're going to see Lola, you're going to see Runa at her clinic, and her hovering glasses, and Mr. Tenpenny and all the others. You'll also meet some new characters when we get to London, and those are Olivia, who kind of runs Magic HQ, I guess you could say. I don't know. But she kind of doesn't know everything that's going on. There's some sort of like underground stuff that she doesn't quite know about. You're also going to meet Rafi, and he's an elf. And he is, he's just Rafi. He's very sleek and cool, because he's an elf, of course. They're sleek and cool. There's also Banna, who is this very tiny little Irish woman, and she's a little bit strange. No offense to the Irish people out there, but she is a bit odd, and she's very light sensitive, so she wears these giant Audrey Hepburn sunglasses, and she carries around an umbrella even when she's indoors, and she's a very strange character. We also have Chester, who is part troll, and he's a little dim-witted, but he's a nice guy. We also have, and the character I had the most fun with, I think there's a few other characters I'm forgetting, but the character I had the most fun with is Nigel, and I don't want to tell you too much about Nigel, but he thinks he's a Yeoman Warder, and he tries to give tours of the Tower of London, which we'll get to in a sec. But he doesn't know his history very well. Well, okay, he kind of knows his English history, but he doesn't exactly get it in the right order. So Cassie's always correcting him, which does provide a good bit of comic relief, as does, Pablo will be coming back in the book too. And he doesn't have a big role like he did last time, but he also provides some comic relief, so I had a lot of fun with that. The new setting is London. Yay, we can travel. Well, we can travel in the pages of a book. And believe me, I was dying for a trip to London as I was writing this book. So Cassie ends up, I can speak. Headquarters is based in the Tower of London. And they mostly are in the White Tower, which is part of the Tower of London complex. The White Tower in the Uncanny Raven Winston has some unique qualities. It has more floors than you can actually see. It has stairwells that just go everywhere. There's there are things, the White Tower isn't that big, but all of a sudden it has all these floors, and I had a lot of fun with that because I had to put them somewhere. Part of what Cassie finds out is she shows up at the White Tower and she's like, where am I supposed to sleep? And so when she's told to go to her room, she finds out her room looks exactly like something you'd see in a Best Western. So she's a little bit wow, that's kind of disappointing, but Anyway, the White Tower was a lot of fun to play with, but for the rest of the Tower of London complex, because the Tower of London is huge. It's got walls and towers and museums and etc., etc. But for most of that, I really tried to keep it realistic. So when she's walking around, she is actually passing things that you would see in the order that you would see them. And for that, I have to thank the people who made this book, which I got when I went to the Tower of London. It's a little souvenir book, and it's got the most excellent map that I used a lot. It's a wonder that page isn't worn out from my eyes looking at it. So I tried to be a little bit accurate with that, even though I had a lot of fun with the White Tower. Where else does Cassie go in London? I did my own little tour of London, and she starts out at the British Library, and she doesn't actually get to go to the British Library. She's just sort of in the underground levels being shuttled along on a conveyor belt. She goes to the Museum of London. She goes to, I'm trying to remember, she goes to, it's a place called Guildhall. And Guildhall is actually an art gallery. Underneath the art gallery, I don't know exactly when, they discovered the ruins of a Roman arena. And Cassie ends up going there for her test, which I mentioned earlier. She goes there for her test, but to magics actually see it as it is. It's actually fully intact, but to normal humans, it just looks like Roman ruins. And that actually does exist, and I actually have seen it, and it is pretty cool. And it's just, and nobody really knows it's there, so it's not a very crowded tourist destination, which is nice. She also, because you have to, she also goes to the Victoria and Albert Museum, but she's not going there to look at stuff. She's going there to kind of do a bit of plotting and getting in trouble because it's Cassie. So that's the new settings and that's the new characters. There are, as you would expect, there's going to be lots of food. There's lots of pastries, lots of scones, lots of tea. French fries. There are French fries. Fish and chips. God, it's a wonder I didn't gain 500 pounds writing this book because it does make me hungry just thinking about it. So that is it for what's new. I'm gonna let you go now, and hopefully you'll want to buy the book. And if you do, there's probably going to be some links in the notes of, or in the video doohickey down there. Okay, I'm done now. Okay, thanks guys. Bye. Sorry, one more little quickie. How can I be so stupid? I completely forgot about the uncanny raven Winston. Winston is a raven, and he is uncanny. There, done. No. So Winston, he is a raven. He's one of the tower ravens, and I don't want to tell you too much about him, but you'll enjoy him as a character too, because even though he is a bird, he is quite the character. For information about the Tower Ravens, I just really have to thank Christopher Scaife, who is a Yeoman Warder at the Tower of London, and he wrote the book, I can't remember the title, The Raven Master, and a lot of the behavior that you'll see in the ravens in the book was, gleaned from his book. So I really have to say thanks, Christopher, for writing such a great book. Okay, now I am done. Yay! Okay, chat you guys when the next book comes out, or well, actually during the next writing update. Okay,